Good Boy, Bad Movie. Good Boy is a 2025 horror film shot from the perspective of a dog. A guy inherits an ancestral home out in the country when his grandfather passes away. But there's an evil, shadowy entity living there that the dog can see sometimes. It's a great idea, and the cinematography was excellent. But the story and its execution were, well, dog poop. Good Boy is a bad movie. The entire film is shot low from the dog's perspective. Now, while this is a great idea, it is not new, as many pet ads and even a few video games recently have also done this. Most famously, the movie Benji. But Good Boy may be the first to committing every single shot from dog level. The problem, though, I was starting to think the director is one of those demented people who believes things like dogs can't look up, because there were only a few shots throughout the entire film like that. Instead, all the humans have their heads cut off at the top of the frame in almost every shot. It quickly went from being clever to being annoying. It was no longer artistic, but amateurish. But the most off-putting part was that the entire film was overdubbed. No natural audio was used. Now, I understand dogs don't fully understand spoken languages, and having the audio trail off when the dog is not paying attention, that's good. That's kind of realistic. But they should have used shots with the real audio. It made it seem like the dog was hearing impaired, and they were shot with no movement from the actors, so it was obvious that the sister was not upset and crying, because it was like a still image with emotional dialogue dubbed over. It was just horrific. But it was worse when they did this for the dog's parts. Just shot after shot of the dog sitting calmly, looking at this evil entity with no reaction except for an overdubbed growl or whimper. I understand not wanting to upset the animal by scaring it with a monster costume, but there was no body reactions at all. The very least you could have done is have a friend who the dog doesn't know come over and then film his reaction. Because a dog's expression and body language are completely different between its owners making duck noises and someone who may be a threat, who it has never met, and it needs to check this person out first. See if it gets the seal of approval from the dog. Even if that threat is an Amazon delivery driver dropping off a package. There was only one shot at the very end where they even showed the dog barking. Dogs bark all the time. And you would assume, especially at evil entities that may want to kill your owner, your pack mate, your pack leader, your family. That's how dogs react. Anyway, but all of this could have been forgiven if the storytelling had been done better. After watching the entire film, we realize that it is the tired old cliche of the evil entity in the house is making the human actor also become evil. There is mention of how Grandpa went crazy, but it was said that the house was in the family for 6 generations, and they never had a problem before. No explanation, like Grandpa read from the Necronomicon, and an evil entity just shows up one day. But they try to trick you because the human has some kind of brain disease, and it's presented on the surface that maybe that's the real cause of his turn to the dark side. But it is executed so poorly that I was thinking maybe the twist was going to be that the dog had a mental issue, and it was really the dog who was hallucinating the whole time. But no, they just left it as the same boring horror cliche. Because you completely lose the audience, and it completely feels like this guy is just a shitty dog owner. No shadow people, no brain tumor hallucinations, just a story about your white trash neighbor who abuses his dog. So I cannot recommend this film. Instead, I suggest you go check out Willy's World on YouTube and social media. The owner of Willy the Golden Retriever has rigged up a couple of GoPros, and you can watch Willie run around through lakes and fields from his perspective, at camera level, of course, all while listening to upbeat music like Alice of Pain's Jump Around, appropriately enough. And then you will truly understand my critique of Good Boy when you see all of Willie's natural body language. So be sure to subscribe for more horror, occult, and Lovecraft madness. Until next time, Cthulhu Photography.